Today's Olden shot is about the Canon A-1 Fomapan 200, and apart from the first two photos, everything was taken with the Sepia filter. You may remember a while ago I got some coke-in filters supposedly for black and white photography. So there's an orange filter, a yellow filter, a red filter, a green filter and a sepia filter. So I was thinking about it and I thought, sepia, I've never heard of people using a sepia filter for black and white photography. Then I looked at it and I thought, well, it's like a dark orange filter, so I think I'll give it a go. Just remember folks, I do these things so that you don't have to. Sepia filter doesn't make your photos sepia, of course, the black and white photos, although it has given me an idea for April 1st. So the sepia filter, as I say, I was expecting orange filter, but more so. What I found from the photographs is the whites are extremely white, the blacks are extremely black. In between is some sort of mushy crap. These photos taken with the sepia filter took an awful lot of work on Lightroom to make them usable. So remember, I make the mistakes so that you don't have to. If I ever say to you that I'm thinking about using a sepia filter on black and white photography, you have my permission to punch me in the face. Don't do it. So we'll have a look at the photographs and then we'll come back and talk about them. So the photographs. The first two were taken in Wallsend, the town I grew up in. Spent the first 16 years of my life in Wallsend, and it was a really dull, dreary day, and took about 10 photographs, but there was only two reasonably worth looking at. The second trip with the sepia filter was to Seton Sluice, just south of Blythe. It's an interesting harbour. The River Seton enters the sea there, and the name Seton Sluice comes from one of the Lord Delvilles to ensure efficiency in the port workings. built a sluice, or like a lock through the rock, making a straight passage into the sea, or from the sea into the harbour. That's how they got the name Seton Sluice. Excuse me. It's a nice place to visit, and it's also the pub lunch capital of southeast Northumberland. There are at least 5 excellent pubs serving good food. But the photographs, the Canon A-1 performed well, and the lens was a cracker, as you know. The filter, less said about that the better. Fomapan 200, on some of the shots there's obvious grain, on some of the shots very little grain. It's an interesting film, shall we say. One thing I will say is that I think that this Fomapan film is easy to scratch. I've had problems with Fomapan 200 in 120 format. That was a non-problem with the emulsion that a Fomapan eventually admitted to. I have to say that I didn't mistreat this film between developing and scanning, but there were an awful lot of dust spots on it which needed to be worked in Lightroom. How the dust got there, I don't know. I don't think that's a problem with the emulsion, but on the first few shots there was a scratch running lengthways through maybe the first few shots. Hello, socks. And I think that maybe there was a little bit of grit on the film canister that eventually worked its way loose by about the 10th shot. Anyway, I will add Fomapan 200 to my suspect list, but being very careful about what I use that film for. The Canon A-1, great camera. I may sell it. The 4 cameras I put on eBay have all sold, and the results were about what I was expecting, maybe slightly lower in a couple of cases, but that's the way of eBay. So anyway, that's it, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.